So let's get you the full recap on what was a pretty news-filled day. It started with great news for the Congress party from Karnataka, the party getting a majority there on its own. But by the evening, a lot of attention had also changed to two other factors, Lok Sabha being adjourned sine die, and then the Supreme Court coming down rather heavily on the CBI and on the government. So a mixed day really, and lots to talk about. Let's just start off by taking a look at what happened with the court. The Supreme Court today really did come out and ask whether the law minister can ask the CBI to show details of the probe or a status report in the case involving other ministries in the Prime Minister's office in its observations. Specifically on the minister's role, the Supreme Court also referred to the 1997 Vineet Narayan case in which the court laid down guidelines for CBI transparency and said the law minister has administrative powers over the CBI but cannot interfere with the investigation. The court also said there was no justification for the joint secretaries of the PMO and the Coal Ministry to peruse the CBI's draft report and recommend changes. Nor was there any justification for the CBI to allow these officers to see the draft reports and carry out changes. The court will decide whether it's legally right for the CBI to show the report to the law minister. This question will be examined at its next hearing on the 10th of July. In its sharp observations, the top court also said the heart of the CBI's coal report was changed at the behest of government officials. That's a rejection of the CBI's claim that the essence of the report was unaltered despite the changes. The court said to the government, what business do you have to peruse the report? And to the CBI, how on earth could you make the report available to the government? The court also described, as I said, the CBI as a caged parrot with many masters. And the CBI said, it also said the CBI must know how to stand up to the pulls and pressures of the government and of officials. The court said it was pained at the CBI chief's remarks on regular interaction and said the CBI's job is to interrogate, not to interact. But before we get some political reactions to all of that, Vaidya has been tracking that really closely all through the day. Vaidya, it seems like a pretty sharp, damning indictment from the court today. Would the government have treated that as, pretty much the worst case, or will it try and somehow find some silver linings in what the court said?
Vikram, today's hearing, it started at 2 o'clock, ended exact at 5 o'clock, 3-hour long hearing. Completely, there was no space in court number 4. So much crowd, onlookers, advocates, media person, everyone was there in the court. So today's observation completely, CBI has been ripped apart. So everyone thought there may be some sort of political observation will be there in the court, but accepting one observation, basically saying, which you just now said, that the Vineet Narayan case, it gives administrative control of the CBI to the government, but not for the ongoing investigations where the government officials are under scanner. Law Minister, can he look into the report? But this main question, can the Law Minister look into the report? That will of course examined on July 10th. But CBI came in for a lot of criticism, and Supreme Court making it very clear, if the government doesn't want to make a law completely insulating CBI from the investigating side, the court said it will look into it. Of course, AG said that government wants to make a law, but he will seek instruction from the government. Supreme Court making one of the strongest observations, saying that we want to make CBI as rock as solid, but CBI continues to be sand. Of course, yes, as far as Ashwini Kumar is concerned, yes, his position is untenable, but as for the observations made in court today, it may not be so strong right now. Maybe on the 10th, we don't know what may happen, but today, as far as Ashwini Kumar is concerned, there is one observation, but most of the observations are targeted towards CBI, which face the burnt, and saying that, and particularly at the end of the hearing, the Supreme Court made it very clear, in future, the CBI status report should not be shared with any minister, concerned minister, DOPT minister, law minister, or in case any other minister, and it said even it should not be shared with CBI lawyers, particularly Director of Prosecution, who is an appointee of the government, who is within CBI. This is a very strong order and quite strong observations.
All right, Vaidya, thanks for joining us with that. For a lot more reactions and analysis on that, Mr. Rajgopal Lagrapati is joining us, Lok Sabha MP from the Congress Party, and somewhere else joining us as well from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let me start with you. What do you make of what the court said today and the sort of political pressure that's been building in one way or the other by you? how are you going to take this report forward?
No, in fact, the court's observations are a severe indictment of the government, and also, in fact,
today more of the CBI, but also by implication of the government.
Implication the government, and whatever the opposition has been saying, or particularly the BJP has saying over the last 1 week, I think in a way the court has more or less ratified all that criticism, and in fact the way they have turned this into a big joke. How can a report, which is an investigation being carried out under the aegis of the Supreme Court, be shared with everybody in the government who is actually at whom the accusing finger is being pointed out? And they have literally submitted this report to everyone, got it vetted by them, got it changed by them. The Supreme Court itself has said today the heart of the report, the broad conclusions of this investigation have been completely diluted. And I don't think Congress party has any defense if they have any sense of political morality. I think it's high time that they took action against the ministers, or the ministers themselves offered themselves to resign.
Okay, Rajgopal ji, your reaction to what the Supreme Court has said, and yes, how it further comes and starts hitting the government and the Congress and puts more pressure on the ministers?
See, Supreme Court did say that CBI is not independent. It's like a caged parrot. It's got too many masters. So everybody knows that. Even CBI itself said that we are part of the government, we report to the government. So nothing new in that. On the other hand, this case has been referred to the CBI by the government to go into that, because there's a policy issue. Can the coal mines be allocated without tendering or not? That's an issue which successive governments have been doing that. So CBI has been given a mandate, terms of reference to go into that, and the two joint secretaries of PMO and the coal ministry were asked to coordinate and assist the CBI. This exactly. And then every case of CBI where the government has initiated inquiries, the CBI has been interrogating, and they've been showing to the law ministry, because the investigation is not against the law ministry. Law ministry is not the culprit here, or the law ministry is not the one who has been investigated. Law ministry is an independent department wherein they look into various aspects of every ministry, of every department, whenever they go to any file, whenever they have to file any report before any court. This has been a practice. Not only in this case, we look at CBI has shown various reports to law ministry. So that's been a practice. If somebody finds that is wrong, if it's a flawed practice, let's change the practice. So we can't find fault to somebody who has been following the practice which has been followed by successive governments.
No, what? This is not a practice. This is an investigation that the CBI was supposed to do, an independent investigation
by the government.
If the joint secretaries have to submit their report, the court would have asked them to file their own version, file an affidavit. This was supposed to be an independent investigation done by the CBI, which had to be presented to the Supreme Court. If all these officers were to amend that report as per their own interpretation, I think it really becomes a complete subversion of the investigation itself. And the Congress party cannot really say that this has been happening all the time. This has been the practice with all Congress governments, and particularly the present one, which seems to completely revel in covering up corruption.
Rajgopalji,
you see, the government which has given independence and freedom to every agency to investigate on their own. Unlike earlier governments where they tried to hide various aspects, we never did that. When the coffin case came up, when the Tehelka case came up, that was the government on that day tried to cover up everything, and in fact took action against the people who unearthed that.
Okay.
But where Prime Minister Manmohan Singh has given teeth to various arms to function independently.
And all this is being done to protect the Prime Minister himself, who is under a cloud in the coal scam. And
where is the question of protecting Prime Minister? He is the Prime Minister, the most honest Prime Minister we ever had.
No, but honest Prime Minister covering up, presiding over the most corrupt government, and he was the coal minister in charge of allocation of the coal. So obviously you cannot absolve the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is very much in the thick of all controversies surrounding this government, all corruption scandals hitting this government, 2G or coal scam. I think you have used it as a cover to cover up the entire corruption in the last 5 years.
Rajgopal,
the coal mines have been allocated successively from 91 onwards, not on tender basis, but on some certain parameters.
Okay.
And then this has been going on by successive governments. It is not something new that this government alone has done it.